Okay, guys, so sorry for the Zoom. The network is very low, so I'm just gonna do a screen record explaining the market Heist top-down analysis. So right here, I have one of the market Heists online PDF. So okay, first step when you're doing the top-down analysis, you have to spot your weekly high or daily high and the weekly low. Second step, going down on a lower time frame, you check the overall direction, whether it's a downtrend or an uptrend, or is it consolidating. Moving down to a smaller time frame, you're gonna get a better view, and then you check out the market structure and what it's giving you. When you go down, or our fourth step is that you use the strategy that works best for you to conclude on the current market price. And the strategy that we're gonna be using here, it's called the market Heist top-down analysis. So we're gonna go to our trading view. So here we're gonna be analyzing USD CAD, okay. So let me just remove every drawing and indicator that I had previously. So as I said, we start from our weekly time frame. So on a weekly time frame, this is what we have. We're gonna zoom out, check everything that we need to check before we start. So when I talk about analyzing the most current price, it's me basically saying that we're gonna be analyzing from here to here. This is what we're analyzing on the weekly time frame, because if you can check, even now what I've highlighted. So what I've highlighted is that part. It looks like it looks like it's nothing big, nothing major, but then what I've highlighted there will be broken down into a very huge structure when we go down into an even smaller time frame. So right now we are in the 4-hour time frame, and you can see that what I highlighted on the weekly time frame, when we go to a 4-hour, it's actually more than what we were seeing. So each and every candlestick from the weekly time frame was broken down into 4-hour, into like individual 4 hours. So this is where we're going to analyze, because it will be irrelevant for us to come and analyze everything behind here, because even if we do analyze it, we're not going to be using it. What we're going to be using is the most current price. And as we go down, you will see that even what I highlighted, it's still going to be irrelevant. So now we are on this part. So what we're going to do, as our first step says, we're going to check our weekly high and our weekly low. So our weekly high, or let me start with our weekly low. Our weekly low is somewhere here. Make sure that when you do your zones, you make them as thin as possible, Because if you noticed when I used that structure to highlight where we're going to analyze, when we went down into a smaller time frame, that structure was now even bigger than how it was on the daily time frame. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to make our zones as thin as possible, so that even when we go down on a smaller time frame, we don't have like very thick zones. Another thing, you must make sure that when you analyze, when you're on a higher time frame, your analysis don't go through your candlestick bodies, so they only touch your candlestick tails, like here. They can only go through your candlestick tails if you don't have a choice, like here. They are going through my candlestick tail. My candlestick tail is popping out a bit. That's the only exception that we have. But other than that, you make sure that they touch the tips, because as you go down into a smaller time frame, these weekly candlesticks will be distributed into even more candlesticks. So then you will find that your analysis goes through your candlesticks and it makes everything messy. So here at FX Market Heist, we make sure that everything is as clean as possible, to make sure that okay, you see the direction. So going down, we now go to our daily time frame. This is the Market Heist top-down analysis. So on a daily time frame, I say that every time, or in every time frame that you add, you first start by analyzing the most current price, or first start by checking your most current price. So our most current price here would have to be here. This is our most current price when we are in the daily time frame, because even if I come and analyze everything that's behind here, it won't make any difference at all, because it has already passed. For example, I can see that we have an uptrend here. And the uptrend has already been broken. What good is it to me now, because the market is never gonna reach that point again? The market is going forward. Instead of back. It's going forward. I'm not saying it's gonna go in this manner, but then the market is going forward, it's not going back. So what's past, it's past. We're only using it to get a better view, or to conclude on a direction. We use the previous market price to help us predict a direction for where we are now. So where we're going to be concentrating is the most current price. So before you start analyzing on every time frame that you go to, first check which one is my most current price. I understand, because even if I was to put this downtrend that I see here, this downtrend has already been broken. It has been broken and retested. So it's irrelevant to me to put this downtrend here. So what I have to do, since I know where I'm going to be analyzing, I'm going to be analyzing on my most current price. So now, okay, I have my daily high, my daily low, okay, something like this. Okay, my daily low, and my daily high. So okay, I have my daily low and my daily high, and if I look at this analysis correctly, I also have an intermediate zone or an intermediate level that was respected, which is somewhere here. So this level was respected like a lot, so that's why I'm going to cater for it. So now, since we're still on a daily time frame, I wouldn't advise for anyone to put like as many things as they can or as many things as they can see, because I can clearly see some structures, some uptrends, but then as I go down into smaller time frame, it's gonna confuse me, it's gonna make my chart dirty. So now what I do, I go down into my 4-hour time frame. When I go now to my 4-hour time frame, you can see that okay, my analysis is now broken down into many it's broken down into many candlesticks than the way. So try out a trend. Okay, we have this trend. This is the trend that I was spotting while I was still on a daily time frame. This is a trend that I was spotting when I was on a daily time frame. And again, besides the trend, we have this level of resistance here, which gave us multiple touches. It gave us around 3 touches. So we're gonna have to cater for it, obviously, because it's a level that was respected many times. And even after breaking out, you can see that the market still respected it here, because okay, the market broke out, but then when it wanted to come back, we saw some resistance, or we saw it like respecting the support before actually breaking back in. So I would say that the reason it broke out like that is because of maybe fundamentals or something. That's why it broke out like that. But then when it wanted to come back in, as you can see, it was rejecting, meaning that this level is highly respected. So this is what actually technical analysis is. We look at the levels that are highly respected, and we see the levels that are highly respected by the market. Always when it's at that level, it either consolidates, give us a rejection type of patterns, give us continuation type of patterns, so that we can see, okay, is it reversing or is it going forward. So now we were on our 1-hour time frame, and again, if now we want to analyze everything that's here, it's gonna be irrelevant to us because it has already passed. So now where we need to analyze, or what we need to analyze, is actually here. When we go down to our 1-hour time frame, so our 1 hour and our 30 minutes is usually where we conclude on the direction that we're taking. It's where we conclude on whether we're selling or we are buying this particular pair. So now we're gonna go to our 1-hour time frame. Sorry for my network, it was very slow. It's very slow. So okay, we're in a 1-hour time frame, and yeah, now we want to see if we are buying or we are selling. And why can we say we are buying, or Why can we say we are selling? So okay, we have another level here. We don't need to use zones when we are in a small time frame. We can use the horizontal lines. We have a zone here. We have a level here. That was highly respected. So we have this level here. It's safe to go to your line chart when you're on a 1 hour time frame for top-down analysis, but then you never go to your line chart when you're still on a higher time frame. So if you know your chart patterns, you know what this is. If you know your chart patterns, you know what this is. So this can be a reversal pattern, and it also can be a continuation pattern. So because now, let me just remove this too. So because now we have this level, the market is showing respect for that level by creating this pattern. So the market from here can reverse and go up, or can break out. The reason now it's still consolidating is for us to see which ones win. Either the bulls win or the bears win. If the bears win, we are selling. If the bulls win, we are buying. So this is our conclusion. Our conclusion at the moment, it's saying that we're waiting for the market to break out from our zone or from our chart pattern. So our chart pattern is like this. Well, we're waiting for the market to give us something like maybe this. If it breaks out here, we're waiting for a retest and we buy for the long run. And then if it fails to give us the bullish movement that we want, we're gonna wait for the market to break both our support for our pattern and for our actual support, and we are going down. And it might from here just break out. So this is what we're looking for. Right now we are undecided. We're waiting for the market to break our structure, or we're waiting for the market to break our chart pattern. After breaking our chart pattern, we will see whether we are buying or whether we are selling. We'll see whether we are buying or whether we are selling. So that's all from me, FX Market Heist. Yeah, this was Ntako FX.